Wait.
Oh, what a kick there on the left side of the head of Buchecha.
The fight starts and boom, a brutal slam. Then another. The crowd gasps. Someone has to stop this. At last, the referee steps in and waves it off. This African powerhouse is one of the most frightening heavyweights ever seen in both MMA and boxing. Fighting under the name Rogue Rug, he overwhelms opponents with pure physical dominance. Even with minimal formal training, this monster tears through competition as if it's effortless. That raw ability alone makes him a nightmare matchup, and maybe explains why major promotions hesitate to sign him. Umar Kane, better known as Rogue Rug, is a once-in-a-generation natural talent, often compared to a young Mike Tyson. Despite his towering frame, he moves with explosive speed and crushes opponents with overwhelming strength.
Rug as he transitions into the half. Let's see if Ngannou...
He doesn't just win fights, he ragdolls seasoned professionals and leaves them helpless on the canvas. Multiple titles already sit on his resume, and his legend continues to grow with every appearance. But this kind of power doesn't come from nowhere. Born on March 14, 1992 in Tyrol-sur-Mer, his journey began far from the bright lights of global fight promotions. What followed is a story of raw instinct, physical dominance, and a fighter who seems built for combat from birth. A tough childhood and early life. Umar Kane, affectionately known as Rogue Rug, grew up in a bustling household as one of 6 siblings. His family faced constant economic challenges, relying primarily on fishing to make ends meet. As fish stocks dwindled, daily life became a struggle, and young Kane quickly learned the value of resilience, discipline, and determination. His childhood was deeply rooted in the cultural traditions of Senegal, where wrestling is not merely a sport, but a revered art form passed down through generations. At the age of 16, Kane moved to a nearby village to train in Lutte Akrop, a demanding variant of African wrestling that combined striking with grappling in sandy arenas. His commitment and intensity paid off quickly. He went undefeated with a record of 16-0, dominating competitions at the prestigious Stay-Op Stadium in Dar. Kane's success in traditional wrestling not only earned him recognition as one of Senegal's top athletes, but also drew the attention of fans and promoters, setting the stage for a transition to modern combat sports. In 2019, after cementing his legacy in traditional wrestling, Kane made the bold decision to enter mixed martial arts, MMA, driven by a desire to test himself on the global stage and push the limits of his combat skills. He stepped into the cage for his MMA debut at ARS Fighting Championships. His natural strength, combined with years of disciplined wrestling training, made his entrance into MMA highly anticipated and marked the beginning of a new chapter in his rise as one of the most formidable fighters of his generation.
MMA debut and early fights. Umar Kane made his highly anticipated MMA debut on December 14, 2019 at Aris FC1 in Dakar, Senegal. From the opening bell, Kane showcased his wrestling dominance, executing a powerful takedown that immediately set the tone. His relentless pressure forced Buchecha into a defensive position, absorbing punishing strikes from the Senegalese powerhouse. Kane's heavy punches and multiple takedowns overwhelmed his opponent, and a final flurry of strikes prompted the referee to step in, awarding Kane a TKO victory. The emphatic win not only marked his professional MMA debut, but also announced him as a rising force in the heavyweight division. After a year-long gap, Kane returned on January 29, 2021, stepping into the ONE Championship cage to face Ngannou, a 4-time Muay Thai and kickboxing champion. Kane began cautiously, measuring distance and testing the waters, but soon unleashed his signature strength and wrestling prowess. A first-round barrage of strikes followed by a clean takedown allowed Kane to dominate the fight, eventually forcing the referee to stop the bout. This victory confirmed his status as a serious contender in heavyweight MMA. Kane's momentum continued on April 7, 2021, when he faced Patrick Big Swiss on short notice. Schmid's kickboxing expertise initially threatened to control the fight, but Kane quickly closed the distance, landing devastating combinations and securing a takedown. From top control, he delivered a relentless ground-and-pound assault, culminating in another TKO victory. Just 3 weeks later, Kane fought Kiro Grasenko, an undefeated fighter, on April 28, 2021 in a high-stakes match. Despite Grasenko's grappling expertise, Kane showed resilience and strength, though a controversial right hook at the bell awarded Grasenko the TKO, marking Kane's first significant setback. After over a year away, Cain returned on September 29, 2022 against Batradz Gazov, maintaining control with superior grappling and striking. Cain defended multiple takedown attempts, mixed powerful leg kicks with hammer fists from dominant positions, and eventually forced the referee to stop the fight for a second-round TKO victory. Cain again faced Jasur Mirsmakhamedov on December 3, 2022, controlling the fight with takedowns and grappling pressure to secure a unanimous decision. On August 6, 2023, Cain squared off against Marcos Bucha Almeida, a Brazilian jiu-jitsu legend, in a fight many anticipated as a career-defining moment. Cain absorbed heavy strikes, showcased defensive prowess, and countered effectively. After 3 rounds of relentless exchanges, Cain emerged victorious via a unanimous decision, solidifying his reputation as one of the most dominant and well-rounded heavyweights in modern MMA.
Title fight. After 5 grueling rounds of back-and-forth action, the judges awarded Cain the victory. With this win, he became the 1 heavyweight MMA world champion, a historic achievement that also marked a milestone for African representation in combat sports. Cain's triumph solidified him as a dominant force in the heavyweight division and left an indelible mark on MMA history. Outside the cage, Cain, also known as Rug Rug, stays connected to his cultural roots and personal life. In April 2022, he married Gambian musician Nancy Amboob in an intimate ceremony in Dubai, highlighting his connection to West African music, arts, and community. This union emphasizes not just his personal journey, but also the importance of family, culture, and legacy in shaping the man who became a champion. With the title now around his waist, many are asking, can Cain win a rematch? And could he even become a UFC champion? Only time will tell, but his dominance so far has cemented him as a heavyweight to watch on the global stage.